Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Oh my God, where has the weekend gone? Where has the week gone? Days are just flying by quicker than you can actually, bat your eye now. So we're out for our Sunday stroll. We're heading down the river this morning, guys. We're a little bit late today. It's like 11:05, but hey, we had jobs to do before we headed off. So got this beautiful river. We're heading from Bagnesstown here in County Carlow down to maybe Goresbridge. It's round about I don't know. I think return journey round about 15 kilometres. I think something along the lines of that. So you've got the old mill flats. This used to be a mill on the left hand side. It's all been converted into like apartments and everything now. We're going to be passing the old mill a little further along here. You'll see the way it used to all work and everything. But yeah, these are actually being converted into apartments now. But this would be part of the old grain mill back in the day. And as you can see, we've got a load of swans which are coming up. I've just got Teddy on the lead for the time until we get down to the main river track. Lots of ducks and swans and everything along this actual river. And this is where we actually had the chance to spot the foxes last time. They were playing around in the field and everything. Absolutely beautiful. Teddy, keep in a minute, because these girls will not be too happy with you if you get too close to them. You can see the swans are making. They probably think they're going to get fed, but we didn't bring any food or anything with us this morning. So, and as they say, feeding bread to ducks and swans is apparently not good. You're supposed to be feeding them the likes of seeds and stuff like that. Look at these girls coming along the side here. Hey, girlies. And also, as you can see behind, there's 3 little cygnets behind as well, or actually big cygnets now. Yeah, Teddy. We've got the ears in. Get away. Teddy not too impressed, but look at the beautiful cygnets coming up behind. Teddy, give up. Good morning, girlies. Give up. They thought they were going to get a bit of food there, as you can see. I know they are. Oh God, give up, you.
My little grandsons, he was down here one day and they were feeding the ducks and that.
Yeah.
And we went back to the house and we said, "What does the ducks say?"
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's right. There's a goose or something up there, isn't there, as well, which is good for you as well.
Oh, I tell you, this fella hates them, he does.
Yeah. Enjoy your walk. Take care, my friend. The other little lad there, there's a chap just gone up at the side there. He says his little dog there, I think it's a little Jack Russell. He says he hates the swans and the ducks. But yeah, they are there. You see the cygnets and everything with them as well. Like, so this part of the river is actually there's a lot of things they actually do for the likes of the ducks and the swans. There's like little huts and houses further on. It's crazy the way they've actually designed it. But we're heading now down towards what would have been the old mill in the day, guys, and show you around there a little bit. And then we're going to make track onto our river walk for today. Lots of fishing here, guys, lots of varieties of fish as well. We've also got on our walk today, we've got a lot of this horses over onto the right hand side of the river. You can't get across to them, but there are big stables and they are racing horses. You would have seen some of these horses in the likes of some of the top races as well. We've got a couple of good trainers along here. The likes of Willie Mullins and everything. He's further along. He's towards Greg the Manor, I think. Like his stables and everything around Greg the Manor. But a lot of people would have heard of Willie Mullins. But well-known trainer and won many races during the day. Come on, Ted. You're not going in yet. You can go in later. So this is now looking, you can see the old mill, it's all deserted and everything now. It's obviously been closed down a number of years. And you see, I think the actual roof now is actually missing on it. So for those just joining, we are in Bagnesstown in County Carlow, basically in the Midlands, about an hour south of Dublin. I live around about 20 minutes drive from here, like, so not too bad. We thought we'd stay a little bit more local today rather than head off. Yesterday we did a fair few miles, headed down to the Hook Peninsula yesterday to see the lighthouse, then went round a beautiful place called Tintern Abbey in County Wexford. But you can see on the side of the river there, right in the middle of the picture there, this is like for the actual the wildfowl and everything on the river, but some beautiful reflections as well. We've had a bit of rain earlier on. It's actually seemed to be cleared up now. We've got a little bit of sunshine, as you can see now. This is part of the way, but you can actually see more of the actual things they've put up for the actual ducks on the side there. And then we've got a load of ducks sitting on the part of the weir on just on the side there. I don't know whether you can make them all out. There's quite a number of actually different types of ducks there. I'll try and zoom in once I get level with them. Black and white ones, I've never actually seen that type on this river before. So while I'm broadcasting, I can't actually get my binoculars out or anything like that, but see the beautiful reflections in the water as well. Like we're lucky this morning with the great weather which we've actually got at the moment. Let me just come out of that a second. Yeah, look at the clouds reflection in the water. That'd make a great picture, guys. So like I say, this part of the river would be the old mill. You're looking over to the left-hand side of the old mill. It is totally dilapidated now, closed down. All the windows and everything have been boarded up. But there is still obviously the water which actually flows through the actual mills and everything here. And then you've got the old drawbridge there, which would have been used in the day. For anybody wondering again where we actually are, this is the actual name of the place, called Bagnesstown. It's up on the sign there, Bagnesstown Loch, or Loch Moon Beg. Wait, Ted. As you can see, this is where the actual water flows through quite rapidly as well. But you can see the part of the mill behind there, guys. It is all the windows now, basically a lot of them are boarded up or actually bricked up. But in the day, this would have been working quite significantly. And then we've got the drawbridge over to this side, so, and then a little cottage which and this is a lock. A lot of people always ask me about why do they have these type of big like gates on a river, but it is due, as you can appreciate, the lay of the land is not always the same. So basically you've got you're going from high to low, you're going up hills and etc. like this. So the reason for the lock basically is because of the change in height. So if you look at the river over to my right hand side there, okay, so at the minute it is level with the water inside the lock. So basically what would happen, a boat would come down from my right there. It would basically come into the gates. They'd open these gates on the actual lock here. The boat would travel into the actual lock here. They'd close the gates behind. And then what would happen, they'd come up to this one here over this side of the lock. They'd open the gates on the actual lock. So then the water would flow out. flow out into the other side, and basically the water inside the actual lock would go down. The boat would then be level with the same level of the water on the opposite side. So you can see there's a significant drop. There's a drop of maybe I'd say almost 20 foot. The difference between the height of the river on one side of the lock and the height of the river on this side of the lock. So that's basically why they have these gates, why they have what's known as locks on the actual river. It's because of the two different heights of the river. And that's obviously the drawbridge, as you can see, which would have been used maybe in the day for the loading up of the actual barges and everything for the likes of the grain. And then that would have been maybe, I don't know, maybe the boss's house of the mill, or maybe some high up workers. I'm not quite sure what that would have been used in the day, but you can see totally dilapidated now. So guys, we'll make our way down for our river. I just have a check in front to see whether there are anybody actually walking down. And I can let Teddy off, give him a bit of freedom, let him have a little run. And you can see this part of the actual mill coming down from the left, guys. Bear with me if I can get my gimbal to actually swing round. And as you can see, warning, electric fence. So it is still quite protected in there as well. And I do believe there's a lot of cameras around as well. Obviously, you do get the young ones who want to destroy everything they come in contact with. If somebody is actually in the room, can you just give me a thumbs up? I've been struggling with my audio as of late. My audio's not been coming through. So if somebody could just give me a O or a thumbs up to let me know that the audio is actually working, that'd be appreciated. I'm not asking you to chat. I'm not asking you to keep commenting or anything like that. But if you can just give me a thumbs up to let me know that the audio is actually working, because it's sometimes. The other night, for instance, I did a Teddy. Oh, Teddy's stuck. Hold on a second. Wait. Come here. Wait. And little did I know that there was no actual audio on there. This way, Ted. I'll let you off the lead in a minute. There's another doggy in front, like so. Oh, he's coming to say hello to you. Hey, he's coming to say hello to you. He's a nice doggy. He's a nice doggy, mister. Yeah. You gonna be nice? You gonna be nice? Hey? Good morning. How are you? Oh, do you want to say hello? There you go. You are such a big bully. You are such a big bully, mister. Ted, come here. Let's let you off. Let me let you off. Come here. Wait. Teddy, wait. There you go. That's him. I don't have to hold on to him now all the way along. It can be a bit of a pain in the bum, to be honest, on a lead when you're trying to hold on to everything else. Sometimes you could have a camera hanging around your neck, then you've got the gimbal in your hand, then you've got him in the other hand, and oh my, it's a lot easier. Then he's pulling and etc. Some beautiful trees as well down here, all different types of trees as well, guys, over to our side there and everything. I think that's an actual acorn tree which you're looking at now. And then you've got other weirs over on this side. Now, usually we do get to see, there's usually a heron actually on this one as well. Ted's just gone flying by again. Bear with me a second. He says, I want to go in for a swim, Dad. You usually see the heron around on this one here. But the beautiful reef, but still not sure whether I'm actually broadcasting, guys. So I'm going to stay quiet for a second until I'm going to see if anybody does come in just to comment, because I'm rabbiting on and I don't know whether my audio is actually coming through to you, so I'm going to stay quiet, let you enjoy just the sounds of the actual river and the sounds of the beautiful nature around. Wait, Ted. Teddy, come here. Over this side. Good morning. Obviously must have a conker tree around. You're aware what we used to do as a kid, basically put string and everything through it. It's a game called conker, which the other person was holding like the first one, basically to smash the other ones off the string was the actual winner. And you can see there's a number of them actually around here, like so. But I think I was watching Caroline's broadcast over in Brighton, like I think in the week, and she would explain that the squirrels actually love the conkers as well. So yeah, you can actually see them all up on this tree. There's surprised the kids didn't have these actually off. So this would be horse chestnut tree, guys. And there's a lot around the tops. So still hoping to come across the actual otters on the river. It's been a long while. It's been a few years actually since I've actually come across the otters on here. The otters are on here, and many a time somebody would say, oh yeah, they're around such and such. We've seen them like last week, or we've seen them the other day. And it's very, very difficult though to capture them on camera. I don't know whether we're gonna be able to keep away from that rain. I think there's showers forecast for today. Like I say, it was raining when we first left the house. It seems to have cleared up for the time being, and hopefully we should get our I think it's around about 16 kilometers, something around there, 16, 17. I think we did 19.8 kilometer walk yesterday, including on the 2 strolls. So today, not quite as low, but it is a nice flat walk. So no hills or mountains or anything to worry about today. See, my reception is flicking from poor to good. Not quite sure what the story is there, because I'm actually on good signal as well. I've actually got full 5 bars, and it's saying I'm actually on 4G at the moment, like, so not quite sure what the story is, but hey ho. And like I say, I'm not quite sure whether I am still broadcasting, whether the sound is okay, because nobody wants to say hello. If somebody would only just give me a thumbs up, guys. Good morning, Walt. There we go. Chad, you're the first one, my friend. Even though there's 42 eyeballs there, like, I'm a little concerned. You know, I've been having a lot of issues with my audio the past few days. Like, if you can just, I'm on 4G. I've got 5 bars connectivity. but my signal keeps going from poor to good here on Haps. Like, I'm not quite sure. So I don't know what my signal's actually like. Can you just give me a sound check there, my friend? I'd appreciate it. I'm having my boiled egg and wholemeal soldiers breakfast again. Good man, Chad. I had a bit of wholemeal toast for my breakfast today before I left. It was a bit late. I had a few jobs to actually do. My wife's actually filling applications and everything for promotion in her job, and she wanted to use the laptop. She's been using we've got a Chromebook as well. She was trying to do that on yesterday. I said, you're better off setting up on my laptop, on my work laptop, and with a big screen and everything, and doing it on there. So I was setting everything and getting it on the way for doing that before I left. So I got a bit delayed, and I thought, might as well have a cup of coffee and a nice bit of toast before we head off, and that will keep me going until I get back this evening. But this walk, pretty local, only 20-minute drive away from where we actually live, and quite a nice walk actually. It's a lot quieter than a lot of the other river walks around this area. Why, I'm not quite sure. And that may be why I enjoy it a little bit more, because you're not forever putting a Teddy on the lead and taking him off, putting him back on, taking him off. So it's good in that respect. Last time I was here, my wife usually comes for a walk, but like I say, on a Sunday anyway. But today she's filling out application for a promotion in her work. But last time we was here, we was watching foxes over the other side there in that field there, and it was the most beautiful thing to watch. There was I think it was a mother and two cubs, and they were like play fighting in the middle of the field there, and it was just absolutely gorgeous to watch. So I think if I remember right, they were around this area where they actually ended up. But we were watching them for a good 20, 25 minutes, like, and they didn't have a care. They could see we was actually over there, and they didn't care. But showing you that, I don't know whether you saw the pictures on my Twitter feed and the videos and everything of when we were down in Kerry there. The fox which used to come round to the actual cottage every evening between 7:45 and 8:15. He used to be there. Video is a bit pixelated and audio is fairly decent at the moment. Right, appreciate that, Chad. There we go. That's all I wanted. Well, hopefully the picture comes back and my signal comes back, because like I say, it's crazy. I've got 5 bars on my network, and it's showing 4G, so this shouldn't be a problem at all. Yet it's still going from good to bad, good to bad, good to bad. That is just crazy. I have suffered so much the past few weeks. You think, oh my God, why? I try and pick out these places where I'm gonna have decent signal and know it's a decent signal, yet I'm still having big problems on Haps. It makes you wonder, is it really worth the hassle? But yeah, we'll carry on regardless. I got some good friends on here, and I'd hate to think I was going to jack them up, but I have decided what I'm going to do from now on. I am going to start supporting the people who actually come into the broadcast as well. I seem to spend a lot of time in other broadcasts and not enough time on the people who are actually coming in and supporting myself. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing heading forward. Like, I was saying earlier, hopefully we come across the otters. I've not seen the otters along this stretch in such a long while, and they are just the most beautiful creatures to actually watch. I left my camera and everything. Thanks for your answer. Cheers, Chad. I know, but believe me, you do go out your way and everything. It's not as if you're just picking up like you're at the home or you're in the house and everything. You're you're just switching your laptop on and broadcasting. I have to think about different places I'm going. Obviously, there's expense and everything involved in that. And then when you start broadcasting, then you start having problems. You think, what the hell? And it is so frustrating. Believe me, it is so frustrating. So hopefully, I know there's a big update coming in the next few weeks. So they keep saying. I did hear that conversation, but about 2 months ago as well, there was a big update coming in a couple of weeks. But I did notice that Pablo did a couple of broadcasts. I didn't see him. A couple of test broadcasts. I think it was Friday. So he did a couple of test broadcasts, and when you went on to him, basically they'd been deleted. So I think he may have been checking or testing something out. So that's a good sign anyway. So, oh, hold on a second. Don't know whether you can see this little lad. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Are you having your drink? Are you having your morning drink? Are you? Good morning. Oh, you're very thirsty, mister, aren't you? Hey? You're very thirsty. Somebody enjoying life there? This is one of the main bridges which actually takes you into the town and also down to a distillery. You've got Walsh's Whiskey Distillery, which is located basically in this direction, not far up the road there. So it's basically a whiskey distillery. They're relatively new. I think they've only opened in the last, I'd imagine in the last 10 years. I'm just keeping an eye out on the fields and everything, seeing if we can see anything of any interest. Like I say, usually we come across quite a number of herons along here as well. I missed that. I remember my last year Periscope broadcast in February of 2020 had a science fiction convention where the audio was totally garbled. Yeah, it happened, I guess. I never used them again, and then the pandemic hit. Yeah, I know. Somebody was actually telling me, and we were down in Hookhead. You probably know I was down in Hookhead anyway yesterday. I think you did join at a number of occasions. But somebody actually come on the broadcast and said, with the wind noise and everything, what I needed was a dead cat. A dead cat for the microphone and everything. And I think Mel was saying, oh, that sounds like a joke and everything, meaning a dead cat. But I actually Googled that last night and it wasn't a joke. There is such thing as a dead cat. It is actually it's like a muffler for a microphone. If I put it into Amazon there, and I Googled it, but yeah, it is, there is a thing called a dead cat. So it wasn't a big wind up, it wasn't a joke. It was actually true. Love that. Yeah, me too, Chad. Yesterday, after my last broadcast, we didn't leave for about an hour. We sat by the car, I sat in the car for a little bit, because like I said, the rain did come across. But I sat there, the wind started to pick up quite significantly, and then waves started to get bigger. It was absolutely beautiful. But I sat in the car, actually. I got out a couple of times just to take a couple of pictures, but I sat mainly in the car because Teddy was exhausted. He was knackered, so he fell asleep all the way back, which is about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 25 minutes back to the house. And he literally sat in the front there, went to sleep all the way back. And he didn't stir until I pulled into the driveway. And then what did he do? As soon as he got into the house, he picked up his ball and he wanted to play ball in the garden. Even though he just walked 20 kilometers, he wanted to play ball again. There's no stopping this little lad, and now he wants to get down to the water. Come on, you can go in later, mister. There's some easier spots for you. But we're getting into racehorse territory now, over to the right hand side. I think it's a little bit further, but there are stables there where they do keep racehorses, which be very, very well known racehorses as well. You've got some big trainers down along the stretch of the river. Willie Mullins, you probably heard of Willie Mullins. He's a big trainer, won many, many races on this stretch. He actually lives near down Greg's Manor, but his stables are like on the side of the river as well. And I think it's a Sullivan's, which this one is up here, who's another big trainer, but lots of big race horses as well. But there would be a lot of horse stables along this stretch as well. Bear with me a second, I've just got a little midget which has just gone into my eye. Plans for today, Chad? Anything happening in my son actually went across the Galway yesterday to catch up with his mates again. He took my wife, coming back this evening. Reminded of that yesterday. Oh my God, that was a big win for my team, Leicester, and absolutely over the moon. To beat Man United is a big thing against, especially when they've got the likes of Ronaldo, Rashford. Come on, they've got some big name players, and Harry Maguire obviously played for Leicester a few seasons ago, and he had a nightmare. So even more so delighted, and I'd imagine the rest of the Leicester team were really rubbing it into Harry Maguire there. But lovely part. Just stop a second just to show you the actual reflections in the actual water along this part. It's just beautiful and so peaceful. Now we're away from the actual main road. When I was a small child in Cape Town, South Africa in the 60s, my mum and dad said they used to take me to the drive-in cinema. I often slept through the film in the back of the car. I am useless when it comes to watching films. That's what I tend to do. If I've been to the cinema and I've done exactly the same on some of the movies we went to see. I think when my son was little, me and the wife took him to one of the Harry Potter ones, and I fell asleep. My wife said, "Did you enjoy that?" I said, "Yeah, it weren't too bad." She says, "What are you talking about?" She says, "You slept through half of it." Now I tend to just watch. Bear with me a second. My camera's gone a little bit. There we go. Now I tend to watch series and stuff like that. Episodes which only last for around about the hour. I've just finished watching Game of Thrones last week. Really enjoyed that. And as you're aware, also the Viking series as well. That is definitely on par. Like both the series. I've got my lad now. My lad now is starting to watch Vikings as well and really enjoying it. So I've been telling him about it for so long, and he never bothered. But then last week, he had nothing. He'd finished all his series and everything like that, and he was looking for something to watch. I said, "Well, why don't you?" He says, "Yeah." So he's really enjoying it. So I think he's completed 2 series in the week. This is so quiet now. This is the best part about the river walks, that it's I'm okay now. You're okay now. Yeah. I'm okay now when it comes to watching TV, watching films, sorry. A few sprinkles of rain coming down now. Could be only a shower because it does look relatively good around. It don't seem to be. This is a sort of location across the side of the river where you would actually spot the otters around. You can see with the overhang of the trees and everything. What I always tend to do if I'm walking along it, I'd always pay attention to the likes of that, but I'd be looking for ripples in the water. Sometimes it's only a fish which is actually jumping, sometimes it's a duck, but sometimes you get that odd chance where you'll be watching the ripples, wondering where they come from, and the next thing you see. If a BBC miniseries called The North Water comes your way, I recommend it. It's about 19th century Wales in the north. Oh, wow. Miniseries called North Water. Well, Chad, we have in the house, we have Prime, which is obviously Amazon Prime. We have Netflix. We have one of them boxes which has nearly every series, everything you can actually watch. So if it's a BBC one, I'll look that up actually. I'm sure it's on one of the things there. So let me just get that. The North Water. Okay. Somebody was actually telling, well, he's actually our student. We've got a student staying with us at the moment, and he was telling me about a series called The World. I think it's The World at Night. I did start watching one episode, but sorry to say, I did fall asleep. But I'd had a tough day, so I had reason to fall asleep on that one. But I need to watch it again. But yeah, I think it's The World at Night. It's showing how technology has come along throughout the years that they're able to film the likes of the tigers, the lions, and all the different creatures out in different countries, like throughout the night, and absolutely incredible. I mean, look it up. I think it's called The World at Night. But yeah, I think it's a 6-part series there, but does look really, really good. So I will get when I get a bit of time, I will sit down and give that a go. Time is of the essence. I've still got pictures back from my holidays there in Kerry and Cork. I've still got the pictures to actually sort out yet. It is just crazy. I just don't have any time at all. I don't know where the actual weeks go. Before long, we'll be heading into silly season, Christmas. My work is manic at the moment as well. Lots of things happening. So it's trying to keep on top of that as well. But we have to be grateful. We have to be grateful. We're still able to work. We're still in a job. We're still getting paid. So I shouldn't do any complaining, guys. There's a lot of people a lot worse off than myself. And I'm one of the lucky ones in relation to the actual COVID, the actual pandemic. I don't go into it a lot, but to be honest, it's changed my life drastically for the better. And the reason being on that, my office is like 77 miles away. I'm not in the office now. I'm working from home. And I think for the foreseeable future, I can't see me heading back to the office. So my quality of life is far better now than what it was before COVID. And it's not affected me in any way. I'm not a big pub goer. I'm not a big restaurant goer, even though those are now. Ireland is starting to open up. Whether it opens up fully, I think it's supposed to be, I think this week, everything's supposed to be getting back to normal. Whether it does, I know I've seen some rumours that the government are having a meeting. But yeah, it's about whale fishermen on sailboats. It's very gritty seeing them around the ice flows and how some very dodgy characters can affect the. Oh, Chad, I can well imagine. Yeah, I used to still on, but that was about the fishermen out at sea, and by God, they used to go through some. I don't remember what was actually called trawler fisher. It's probably still on there. It was a big. I think it went on for weeks and weeks and weeks. But these guys working out in the sea and the way, and there was a lot of like disagreements between some of the fishermen. There was a lot of fights like on board, and the boss there, he used to sit in the cab and everything like that. If anything went wrong, then he'd come out and he'd be shouting, going mad. And oh my God! But that was actually to see them pulling in the nets and everything like that. And my God, that is such a dangerous job, especially when you're hitting these like 30, 40, 50-foot waves. How the hell? Very, very scary. And you can see, it is very bright, guys. The sun is out. The sky is blue. There's lots of clouds to spoil the view, but that's the way I prefer it. Just keeping an eye out across over on the field. I've still got this bloody, this fly, this midgie in my eye. But I found Haps the past few days to be very, very quiet, especially in the morning. I thought maybe it was just myself, but I've had a quick look at other broadcasting this time in the morning as well. Some top broadcasters, and I see they're struggling with figures as well. But yeah, nobody out to give chat. I'm just glad you actually came in, Chad. At least I've got somebody to talk to. There's a lot of lurkers out there. I miss that. Are the Irish government bringing in COVID-19 passports for the workplace like they are in Italy? We've actually got passports already, Chad. Not so much passports. We've got the digital certs, which basically I keep on the phone and everything like that. Like for travel or anything like that, you can't travel out the country unless you've actually got a digital cert now. I don't know what the situation is on bars. I think that's all changing. I don't think you need one as from this week. But like I say, the government are in talks at the minute. They're going to make an announcement, I think, sometime this week. Now, I think our numbers, to be honest, I've not been keeping track with the numbers or anything like that. It's just one thing which doesn't interest me now. It doesn't affect me. I know it sounds a bit selfish or anything like that, but I've heard it for the past over a year and a half. So many numbers here, so many numbers there. I just get on with my life. I don't let it affect me at all. And luckily enough, it doesn't. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think of people which, like Australia, Melbourne, Sydney, and our good friends DJ and Grant and Mel, and they were so restricted out there. My heart went out to them. They went through the same as what we went through at the beginning of the actual restrictions and everything. But no, at the moment, I'm watching very, very little news. I'm just getting on with my life, enjoying life, and letting everybody else worry. I know it may sound, like I say, it may sound selfish, but no. Why let it affect you? Hold on a second. We've got another doggy which is up here. Bear with me. Teddy, come here. Wait, 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 wait. Bear with me a second, Chad. Come here, Ted. Heel, heel. 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 Oh, there's some friends. Yeah, there's some friends. Wait, Teddy. Wait. 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 Come here. Come here. That dog is on a lead. So let it. Hello there. How are you? He can be a little bit touchy sometimes as well. Hello there. Great day today. Absolutely. Go on, you. Sorry about that, Chad. There's 3 dogs coming by, and Teddy can get a little bit as if he's the boss. I don't know whether you can actually see. 3 big dogs as well. In Italy, they are stepping unvaccinated going to places of work, also threatening. In Italy, really, yeah, that's one of my favourite countries as well. But yeah, obviously we've got Nazim, who actually broadcast out in Italy. Probably he can give us a good update on that. Threatening sacking for those who refuse to get vaccinated or take tests to show they are clear. Oh, wow. Wow. Then that does start to become a problem, I think, yeah. But I know I've not heard that mention actually in Ireland. Like I said, I'm double vaccinated anyway. I've got no problems. I know a lot of people. I don't really particularly want to start that conversation on here, Chad, because I know some people have come here and that's all they want. They won't put anything into their body. That is their right, if that's not the way they want to do. But in Ireland, I know you won't be able to travel. I'm not quite sure whether it's going to affect the workflow. It's not whether it's going to affect the company or anything like that. No, I really don't know what the situation is there. Yeah, that one behind. It is. It's actually a toll bridge, actually, Chad. Don't know whether you can actually say. How many arches have we got? We've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arches. But that's the actual railway lines as well. You may even see a train go over there at some stage. I waited here like a few weeks ago, waiting to get a picture and everything of a train passing. Nothing happened. I got about 500 meters away, like up there, and what happened? The train actually went by. But yeah, that's the actual railway lines along the top there. Makes you wonder. I mean, these guys who actually built these. I mean, the architecture which actually goes into that, like the structure and everything like that. Oh my God. A lot of work involved in some of these bridges. I mean, that's only small. Imagine what Boris want to do. He wants to put a bridge on from Northern Ireland across to Scotland. I think something like that, doesn't he? Or he wants to build a tunnel. Imagine that. It would be awesome for me, I must admit. It'd be a lot easier going up the north than yeah. Oh, train. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I wonder what that was. That them symbols were then. But yeah, that's a train line, and there's usually pretty regular trains. But then again, it is Sunday, like so. I think there's like a limited service on a Sunday, so maybe it's not as often as what they would be in the weeks. Beautiful clouds around as well. So we're about a quarter of the way now, I think. It's around about 4 hour walk, I think. So we're about an hour, coming up to an hour in. So I'd imagine, yeah, about a quarter of the way where we want to. We'll turn around about 2 hours. Hopefully we'll be in a place called Gord's Bridge by there. I may grab a cup of coffee before we turn around and head back. I do have drinks with me and treats for Teddy. But let me just have a quick check again. Oh, you can see the actual now. You've got the 5 arches along in front, so the main part of the river, but then you've got another couple of arches to the left-hand side as well. So there must be like part of the river which actually goes over to the left-hand side as well. You've got some type of channel which is going through there, but the clouds and everything are absolutely stunning this morning. It's great photography day, actually, and guess what? Because it was raining when I left, I thought, "No, I'm not gonna bother taking the," because obviously it's a big backpack, it weighs quite a bit. I took it everywhere yesterday for the 20 kilometers we were walking yesterday, and it's quite heavy as well. Got my camera, I've got 3 lenses, I've got tripods, I've got, iPads, uh, I've got all my different, cables, connections, and everything like that. So you're carrying that, like, and then the reason I didn't bring it today is because it was raining, and I thought, well, this happened last weekend as well. We went somewhere, carried a big backpack, and I didn't even take the camera out at all. Do you think there's a chance that Northern Ireland could unite with the Republic in what happened? I really don't think that would happen. I think this south is still a lot which actually goes on. If you ever come across this and ever go to Belfast, do the taxi, the black cab tour guide. Like, oh my god, it lets you into so many different things. Which actually, thingy wall, which is there, and the Protestants still throwing stones across at the Catholics and everything like that. When we was actually on the taxi, they started taking a stretch. They took a lot of the cages down, but the cages to protect the houses back up again. And that's only a couple of years ago, etc. like that. There's still obviously their anniversary, the bonfire islands flag at the top is like 100-foot, 150-foot bonfire. It's absolutely huge. So that's still causing the animosity, it's still causing the problems, and you've always got that small percentage which are the die-hardcore Protestants. You've got the die-hard, obviously, the Catholics as well. So do I believe that it'll ever be united? No, I don't. I can't see it happening in my lifetime anyway. But it makes so it could be a bit of a pain. You imagine coming up, they're talking about the clocks and everything, where I think it's like, are they stopping, moving the clocks forward, stopping, moving them back? I think it's going to be done. I think the moving them back, isn't it? They're going to be moved in Ireland. I know there was changement, so you could have 2 different time differences as well. Just across the border by Dundalk there, you could have an hour difference, which is going to cause a lot of problems as well. And then obviously with Brexit and everything like that, you've got 2 different things happening up the north as well. So there are lots of problems still. But yeah, as in for would it ever be United Ireland? I can't see it in my lifetime. I really can't. But that's personal opinion. Now, luckily enough, I've never experienced any problems living in the south, being English, and living over here. I've had a few run-ins the first time I actually moved across here, because obviously I'm still English. I'm still down and out an English fan when it comes to rugby, when it comes to football or anything. I would. Audio breaking up a bit. Oh no, I see that wind's picking up as well as we go across here, Chad. We'll keep it going for another 5 minutes. That's an hour, so you can see it starting to open up. But no, when I first moved across, and I'd still be the same now. I'd still support England. I'd still support the soccer, the football, anything to do with England. I'd still be a big supporter. The only time I support Ireland if England's not basically there. So in the Six Nations, I'd support Ireland against any other team apart from England. But yeah, it's caused problems. When I first moved across here, where I used to go to the pub to watch the World Cup football and the World Cup rugby, you get guys in the pub which are shouting all the time for any team that is playing England. It could be out of Mongolia, it could be Zimbabwe, it could be anybody. They would always shout for the other team. They would not shout for England. I've noticed over the past few years that is starting to change a little bit. A lot of the commentators now are starting to base this side up with England now and starting to. I think there's always some of the commentators which would be anti-English, definitely. But I do believe that it is starting to change over the years. They start to be a little bit more, what's the word in? Goodness, or a little bit more positiveness towards supporting England from Ireland. But it's crazy. All the Irish, they don't support their local teams, as in the Shamrock Rovers or all this. But nearly all of them would support an English Premier League team. They'd all be Man United, or they'd all be Liverpool, or they'll all be Chelsea. They'd all support these, yet they can't stand the likes of England. And they go across, they support the guys. There's regular tours with the Liverpool supporters over here, the Man United supporters here. They'd forever be across at the England games. But yeah, anybody playing against England, if it's not Ireland, then they wouldn't actually support them. How crazy. Oh my God, Chad! I watched them. Yeah, I've been watching. I've been keeping an eye out. Like I say, I definitely support them. I would keep. It's such a shame. It's such a shame, as I think United Ireland would totally trade issues to know. Oh, absolutely, Chad. Absolutely. There are so many religions that we live in harmony in England, Scotland, and Wales, and I'm sure in the Republic. I totally agree, Chad. Totally agree. But I mean, bear in mind, before I moved to Ireland, 18 years ago, I lived in Cornwall. I lived in Cornwall for I bought an house and everything there. That's when I was still in the fire service across there. And even the Cornish wanted their own language. They wanted their own government. They wanted their own thing down in Cornwall. And it's the same as what Wales do. Wales want to be totally away from everything now. But I know the Cornish wanted their own as well. They wanted their own language. Well, I think the Cornish do speak their own language as well. That's a shame. If you like football, then you should support your local team. Mine is Crystal Palace. Chad, awesome, Crystal Palace. There you go. I was born and bred in Leicester, so fair enough. I moved away when I was 17. Actually, I joined the Air Force when I was 17 and a half. Having their own language is okay. Exactly, yeah. But didn't they want to move? They wanted to be a separate entity. I think didn't they want their own government? They wanted something anyway, which never got approved. But yeah, I'm a Leicester man, born and bred. I moved away when I was 17 and a half, but I've always supported Leicester. I've not been one of these which basically Man United to the top of the league. I support Man United this season, and Liverpool won the league last season. We'll support Liverpool, Man City. I've always stayed with Leicester. I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs. I'm a member of the supporters club and everything, overseas supporters club and everything like this. I watch the majority of their games online. But saying that, yesterday, the biggest game, probably the biggest game of the season yesterday against Man United, I was still trekking yesterday. I was still down the hook. I was keeping an eye out on my phone line, but I thought, I'll be quite honest, I thought we were going to get a walloping yesterday. I couldn't believe the actual score. I was listening to it on 5 Live on the way back, Water cold. Hi, Kobe. Put it this way, I won't be skinny dipping today, my friend. I won't be skinny dipping today, but it's not cold here. It's actually very, very mild, actually. We've got a few showers around. Bear with me a second. The colour seems to be... the darkness seems to be pretty bad. But, yeah, I've got into a few rows in my earlier days where I'd go into a pub and England would be playing, say, for instance, Italy, and the lads in the pub would be supporting Italy and not England. And I've been into some very, very close times. Let's just leave it at that. in my day, I wouldn't be no, better not go down that road anyway. But I've had my time, to put it that way. But what do you reckon, Teds? Right, guys, we've been on for an hour. I think I'm going to love you and leave you for the time being. Anyway, I might do another one when we get to Gore's Bridge, maybe later on in the day. It's 4 minutes past 12 here. So, Chad, Cody, I appreciate you dropping in. Appreciate you staying for the chat for as long as you did, Chad. Hopefully you finish your breakfast now. You're probably moving on to your lunch by now. But listen, my friend, have a great day. If I don't speak to you later on, have an awesome day. Have a great week. I'll probably be back again maybe next Friday. I probably won't do any broadcasts during the week. But like I say, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to keep track of people who are broadcasting who come into my broadcast. Like, I think that's the only fair way of doing it. There are so many non-Cornish folk who have second houses in Cornwall these days that locals are being priced out. Yeah, I can imagine, Chad. I noticed that our old house, we had an house in St Austell, just close to the actual Eden project. You know, the biomes which they put up a number of years ago. We actually had free passes to that because we were local. And due to the traffic and everything like that. So we used to get down the fast lane. If we wanted to go over to the biomes at all, we used to go in the evening and we used to go down basically no queue at all. You used to be passing the long queues to get in there. And it used to be great. People used to be looking at you as if to say, you're jumping the queue. What are you doing, mister? But we had these special passes and everything like that. It was absolutely brilliant. You too, buddy. Cheers, Kobe. Appreciate it, my friend. Okay, well, see you later. Having raspberry jam on the last bit of toast. Chad, enjoy, my friend. Okay, guys, you know the saying, no matter where you are around the world, stay safe, be good, but most of all, be kind. And for myself and this little man in front of me, it's a 3, 2, 1, and we're out of here.